Good evening, dearly beloved. You are all welcome. Hooray, it's a new year already. New year. I'm glad we all made it to year 2026. Let me use this medium to welcome you all, to formally welcome you into 2026. It's my prayers that all our expectations will not be cut down in the name of Jesus. So you're welcome. I'm glad to have you here on this uh, platform and in this community. This is Tabitha Health and Wellness. This forum is dedicated to empowering women to achieve wholeness, spirit, soul, and body through faith centered education, natural health solutions, and practical lifestyle um, that promote lasting wellness. Our mission is to restore, nurture, and strengthen women through God inspired wellness principles, holistic nutrition, natural remedies, and lifestyle practices that support healthy, vibrant living. If this is your mission as well, and if this is what you desire, this is the right place to be. And I want to welcome you warmly, especially for those that are just joining us for the very first time. My name is Oluwatosin Ogode, so I want to welcome you warmly. Disclaimer: in view of our vision, we do not diagnose or treat any diseases. Therefore, if you have any health concern, please see your healthcare provider or reach out to me privately for holistic and nutritional support. Today, I will be starting a series, and the series is something that concerns all of us. It's all for us to build a good foundation for all our health talks this year. And our topic for this edition is understanding your body and health foundation. It's going to be like about 2 or 3 parts, but today I will take the first part. And the first part today is I want to emphasize on this that you are unique. You should learn to treat your body right. You are unique and you must learn to treat your body right. Let's dive into this. We must run with these three very important truths. I call them core truths of our health, of our awareness. The first one is everybody is unique. You are unique. So comparison damages your health. That is where some people's problems start from. That is where some women begin to nurture some unnecessary health challenge. You begin to compare yourself with another person. Excuse me, ma. You met that person in your 20s, in your 30s, in your 40s, in your 50s. You probably do not know how that person was born. We are all born uniquely. Some people went through very easy bad process. Some people were nurtured and bred with herbs and different things. Some were nurtured, born with very horrifying bad process. All of these things, they have implication in how we grew up in life. All of these things have very, very significant impact in our health. How do children come up with congenital heart diseases and all the rest like that? They come from within. It's also from a bad process. Research has shown that many of these issues, they come from the bad process. Now you begin to compare yourself with somebody who have a very smooth bad process or whatever, or that was nurture that never took anything apart from nurture with herbs and different things, or have been fed with different ways. Now you grow up, you want to copy the other person. So you must begin to say to yourself, you are unique. And that uniqueness must make you to know that you are not meant to compare yourself with another woman. You must focus on this. That's number one core truth I wanted to go home with. Number two is what works for one woman may harm another. What works for one woman may harm another. And that is the simple truth. Now, you may be a blood group. Hey, another person. That's why we have different blood groupings. Another person is blood group O positive. Another is blood group O negative. Another person is blood group A. Another person is blood group AB. In science, all of this blood group, they represent different things. Okay, you come with different antigens, you come with different plasma, you come with different processes, blood composition, they're different. So all these things make up who you are. So you are one person that is unique, and what works for you might not necessarily work for another person. I've said certain things with us before that. There are some, I have seen a person who is allergic, terribly allergic to pineapple, not eating it, just smelling the pineapple can make the person to be having serious allergic reaction. I'm telling you, I've seen the person live. So the person doesn't want to come in contact. When he hears pineapple, he runs with something triggered this allergic reaction. Okay. So that nice, beautiful, tasty, sweet pineapple, somebody is allergic to it. And another woman is not allergic to it. So we have to understand this, that what harms, what works for one might also harm another. So that way you are unique. You must understand that core principle. Number three is that some health, sound health begins with knowing and respecting your body. After knowing all of this, sound health begins with knowing and respecting your body. This is very important. Now, your health starts with respecting your body. You must never neglect your body. You must never look at yourself and look at yourself as worthless. You are whole, you are beautiful, you are created by God, you are neatly and carefully made by God Almighty. You must not disrespect your body in any way. You mustn't allow someone to disrespect your body. You must also not disrespect your body by yourself. And there's so many ways that women disrespect their body. So you must begin to have understanding. You must know first. You must have a deep understanding first before you begin to respect. So if you don't respect, know your body, you will not be able to respect it. So you must be able to know it first. After knowing it, then you'll be able to give adequate, wholesome respect to your body. Now, I want us to go into different, three different also subtopics. That is, learn to listen to your body. You must learn to listen. You must learn to listen. You must understand that your body is unique, like we said, and you must be aware. You must be aware of your body. In other words, you must pay attention to your body. In other words, you must pay deep attention, keen attention to your body. You must pay attention to details of your body. And it is very critical that we all must have these particular brilliant ways of ensuring that our body our body takes priority over every other thing. Okay. Now, some of these, sometimes, how do we learn to listen to our bodies? Your body speaks. I have mentioned this several times, that your body speaks. And your body is telling you, speaking to you per second, per minute, per hour, every time your body is speaking to you. Rather, you ignore those things that your bodies are saying to you. From today, I'm believing that so we will all take responsibilities and begin to pay attention to what our body says. Let's look at some of the things that your body says to us. The first one, persistent fatigue or weakness. It's not normal. That's not how you are created. That's not how we are formed. That's not how we are made. So if you suddenly start feeling fatigued or weakness, something is wrong somewhere. It may not be anything big at all. It may just be ordinary that you are dehydrated. That's when you're feeling fatigued, you're feeling weakness. So what your body is saying to you then, please, can you put some water in my body? I want to use it to flush off. Your organs are crying for water. They're starved, so they need to be what? Rehydrated. That's a signal. That's something that the body is telling you. Rather, you will ignore the body. You will say your body needs sugar. You will actually pour in the wrong thing into your body system, right? Meanwhile, just taking like a cup, 50 to 50 ml of water will go a long way to just keep your body in that calm state for that period. The next one is pain that keeps returning. You feel it, you felt maybe a sharp pain somewhere. There are certain times that pain just comes in and disappears, and you never feel that pain again. Okay? When the pain comes, you just rub certain things there and you don't see it again, you don't feel it again. All right? But the pain comes again and keeps coming again and keeps coming again. That's the problem. There's something going wrong. It might not be anything big. It might just be that your body is calling your attention to certain things. Sometimes you have things like irregular or painful menstrual cycles. Okay, that is also not how you were born. That's not how your body should operate. Anything that brings you pain is not normal, it's not ordinary. Okay, so that means that there's something. So when you have a regular period, doesn't mean that there's a critical problem happening, but you have noticed. I have noticed irregular period. Okay, I have noticed irregular period, and immediately I tagged at that. I checked it. I began to record it to see what was going on. So I marked it down, and I saw that it was it was just a shift in the date, right? It wasn't so much. So I calculated it. So my worry was, why am I having this particular thing? So I had to note it down, write it down. I get the other dates, get the other dates, and then check it that way. That's the way to make it. Don't just see it and just keep quiet and just ignore it. That way you can trace it. You do a profile, you do certain things, or you can begin to maybe increase your food in certain areas. You can increase your fiber intake, you can increase to mop up the liver. You can, so when you have that, and as soon as I notice that and do a few things, you can even trace it down to stress. So immediately you notice that you adjust, and that will fizzle out. It doesn't mean that it's a, but when it lingers and you notice it, you don't even know, you did not even know that you had a very regular period. So you need to pay attention. So if you pay attention, you notice it, you write it down, note it down. That's how to journal every part of your life, every part of our life. We mustn't think that we are overdoing things when it comes to our health. That's one of the things that I hear when I see religious people, Christian, quote and unquote. They are actually Christians, my fellow Christian people, women. They are actually the most difficult people to talk to when it comes to health, and I know quite a number of people are listening to me. They're Christians as well, so they are very difficult people, because everything we link it down to, you know, God, fire, prayer, and the likes of that. I am not saying they are not good, but God has given you the power to take responsibilities. Don't let things crash down before you now begin to pick the pieces back again. When you notice they begin to take charge and begin to, and that is even when you need to pray and ask God for help and support. God, I'm seeing this. Why is this happening? Lord, I know you are in charge. You are in this. And when you are praying, prayer is communication. So God is speaking to you and you are talking back to God. And God is giving you, say, no, you're doing something wrong here. Oh, you need to adjust this. That is what prayer is. Prayer is just us speaking into the air and not getting feedback. Okay, it's communication to your Father. So that way you are able to get feedback from God, and God is giving you a signal, sending people to you, sending information to your knowledge, and then you begin to take action. So that's the way we operate, and wisdom of God as believers. Okay, so these are some of the things that you need to pay attention to. You also start feeling that all of a sudden you start feeling digestive issues, disorders, you know, bloating, right? Or maybe constipation, poor appetite. Maybe you don't have. Sometimes it could just be that I need to detox. I need to clean out. Maybe there's congestion somewhere. I've filled up my, so you just do a clean up. No, let me do fruit fast this time. 2 days fruit fast, 2 days or 24 hours fruit fast. Or this, you do it and you clean out and go back to your thing. That way you have listened to your body system. God has spoken to you. God has used your body to speak to you, and you are taking action. All right. So you just started feeling that your digestive is getting clogged up, and then you started feeling that poor appetite, I was able to like not eat it. You can maybe there's a vitamin C drop or somewhere. Maybe your B complex is not optimal. Maybe because there's so many vitamins, your minerals that are attached to your digestion. Sometimes it might just be maybe your vitamin B5 is low, or maybe your zinc is low, because zinc is very crucial as well for digestion. Maybe your zinc level is low, something just happening somewhere, and that's why you just up your game. You started eating fermented food, you eat pumpkin, you take certain things to increase that digestive process. Before you know it, you just are going to restroom again. That is what I'm saying about understanding your body system, listening to your body, and begin to take action that as you begin to notice them. Okay, so those are just some examples. Then the symptoms are not, you need to understand that we need to uh, 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 take note of this tonight, that symptoms are not your enemies. They are messages. They are messages sent to you. Symptoms are not enemy. Symptoms are not, oh God forbid, Holy Ghost fire, I thunder by. No, they are messages now. They are spoken to you. I don't want to hear. I don't want to know. That's denial. Now you have seen something that said to you. For example, you have headache, right? You have headache, for instance, and that headache is a message already to you. So your symptoms are also God's way of speaking to you, right? So your symptoms are also God's way of speaking to you. Like I said, your example is from headache. That headache that just comes, not sharp headache like that. You pause and you listen, and you don't ignore. You take action. What action are you taking? Now you listen, you don't ignore it. Some people opt for paracetamol, acetaminophen, ibuprofen, and all the NSAID IDs. Okay, they opt for them. In fact, some people even carry it inside their bag. They carry it along. As soon as they have this, they just take it. Meanwhile, that is a message to you that you are either dehydrated, you are stressed up, you have not been sleeping, your something just happened, you need to take a nap, you need to rest for some minutes, right? Just this festive period, I got a signal. I had slept late, and unfortunately, I had to get up early to do certain things. I was called to come and do certain things that I did, that there was in an office, and I needed to correct some things. And immediately I just thought that I don't want to shift this. I wanted to do it the second day. And immediately I had to leave. And I have purported myself, because it's the fasting period, I wouldn't want to strain myself too much. But this time I had to drive. So immediately I got to the place. So what I did was that I took something hydrating. I took it along that I was going to, but I didn't take it on time, and I was going to drive. And that was running into, mid-afternoon. And immediately my body started sending a signal to me, and that I was feeling dehydrated. Okay. And at that point in time, I had to pause. What did I do? Aside from feeling dehydrated, I needed, my mind went straight down. You don't have enough sleep. So I started feeling like I was feeling that. So what I did that place is that I just took a place in that place. I just took in my head up the wall. I just closed my eyes, and like taking like a deep breath to just, give me some kind of, and when you take deep breath, you're taking oxygen. So it was just, I'm not sure that resting my head on that wall or on the chair was more than 120 minutes, 120 seconds, which means that it's about 22 minutes. There is power in rest, I'm telling you. I just took that. I closed my eyes, shut my mind from everything as they were doing the transaction, just lean. And by the time I opened my eye within that short period, I got strength of energy to take up the driving back. By the time I got driving to another place, I parked somewhere. The children went out to go and do something. I took another 3 minutes, relaxation. By the time I got back, when they came back and started driving, I got a lot of energy. Now my body has told me something. You need to shut down and you need to rest, because I've taken extra hours. I did not sleep. I said, oh, this still is heavy. So what I did, as soon as I got back home, had something to break, I immediately just went to do 1 hour rest before I set for church. Now, I used to say to myself, I almost understand my body, and my body tells me to shut down. I must begin to, because I've experienced, we have shared my story before. I've experienced in 2020 burnout syndrome and an extra fatigue problem, and I don't want to get into that again. So I had to really, really shut down. I took 1 hour rest, not a deep sleep, but I know it was rest. I still work a little when I got home, but I knew I needed 1 hour. I took that stretch, and before I went to church, and that was the end of that. Fizzled out completely. So I'm using myself as an example to share with us. When we feel burnout, we must stop. We must rest, no matter what. If anything happens to you and I, life will move on. That thing that think will not go on, we go on. Without you, with or without you, it will go on. We must begin to, as we got older, we begin to get wisdom, knowledge, to carry out activities of life. There is nothing that's going to work for you that without discipline, it's not true. It will go on. So we must be wise enough to do the right thing at the right time. Ignoring symptoms. Ignoring symptoms is the other one. Ignoring symptoms lead to breakdown. And this is correct. Small warnings becomes major problems when ignored. Small warnings becomes major problems when ignored. And you must understand this. The second one is stop normalizing or personalizing pain. This doesn't make it normal. Please, this my pain, this my, who gave you that one? Who gave you, attach it to your name? Ha, who christened that pain? Who christened that pain with you? That this is your own. Please stop normalizing or personalizing pain, because this doesn't make them normal. Okay, pains are not normal. They're not to make you for you to normalize them. And for you to, it's a signal, is a message for you to take action. Many chronic illnesses begin as minor repeated signals. Many chronic illnesses, I bet you say that very 95% of health issues, chronic issues, they started very quietly with minor symptoms, but because we are not knowledgeable enough to know that, right? Diabetics doesn't start with full-blown diabetics immediately. It starts small. It starts with irregular blood sugar, metabolic disorders. It starts with some low imbalances. It starts with some imbalances in your enzyme imbalances, and issues, hormonal imbalances, and the likes of that. That's how they start from. Because we don't are not knowledgeable about them, because we don't know what they mean. Before what you just start, you start facing doing the wrong thing, and before you know what is happening, one day you just came out and say and you start saying, I hear people say, and my father doesn't have this, so my parent doesn't have it, I don't know where I'm getting this from. Oh, some people will even say it runs in their family, that's why they are having it. It's not true. Your genetic, yes, there are genes, your DNA, your RNA, yes, they store memories, but they are not a trigger for whatever we go through. They can be silent forever. What it means is that if it runs in the family, it means they have a higher risk. Okay, there are risk factors of you coming down with that thing. But if you take action against it, you will you will never come down with that, by the grace of God. Okay, so it's not something that you normalize, but it runs in the family. So it must. So if you stop what the other generation have been doing from your own generation, that thing will cease. Okay, so please let us not start normalizing some of these things. So stop using the wrong approach. Okay, stop using the wrong approach. And I'm also going to talk to my fellow believers here, and to everyone who loves to pray and also attach spiritual aspect. Spiritual thing, every physical thing, everything in the physical start from the spiritual. Yes, you pray about such things. Oh, prayers, I'm a lover of prayer. I'm a lover of prayer. In fact, I won't be here if I'm not a lover of prayer, because right from prayer, like I said, is communication with God. Okay, so, and when you see things like that, the first contact is prayer. the first thing that you do in prayer, you talk to God about it. That is the first approach. Everything you don't ignore anything and say something is small to talk to God about. No, you must begin to talk to God and say, God, this particular thing. And when we talk to you, God has heard you a prayer. God will give you direction. God will speak to you for the next step to take. Stop taking the wrong steps. Stop doing the wrong things. Stop using the wrong approach. Use the right approach under God. You listen to our mission. It is all the things that we do here is God driven. And so we do not ignore the place and the power of prayers. We are praying people. We are praying people, okay? And we must always anchor everything about our life on God. But you must not stop there. When God is giving you direction, anyone who prays, God will listen to you. He will talk to you back. And you must go back to God and say, God, what should I do in this particular? And God tells you, do this, do this, do this, take some steps. And you will see that the steps you are taking, they are actually God-driven and they will give result. That's exactly what happened with my mother's case, okay? We prayed like we prayed that we're not doing anything, and we did something as if we are not praying. And that way, God showed up for us, right? God showed us mercy, and we must continue to do this. Very important. Now, the mindset shift. The mindset shift. Where do we start from here as we close? Stop enduring pain. Rather, start addressing pain. Stop enduring symptoms. Rather, start addressing symptoms. Okay? Stop enduring signs. Rather, start addressing signs. Don't neglect it. Rather, take responsibility. Don't neglect it. Rather, take responsibility. Stop the fear. It is not about fear. It is about understanding. Stop that fear. Your God has not given you the spirit of fear, but He has given you the spirit. He has given you sound mind. He has given you the love. He has given you power to overcome. To overcome. So you must stop the fear. He has given you power. He has given you sound mind. He has given you love in replace of fear. He has given you all of that to combat that fear. So what you see anything, please don't be afraid. Don't panic. Don't panic. Panic is not going to solve anything. If you're having headache, you're panicking. Hey, what is happening? Oh, is this? Oh, is it brain tumor? Is it? It has not gotten to that. It doesn't get to that point. Little things, little adjustment, little sign doesn't trigger into big things. Start it and begin to check it. Rest when you need to rest. When you are having a headache, when you are fatigued, please rest. But just lying down, stretching your leg your body on the bed alone, 5 minutes, power sleep, power nap, they do wonders in your life. Maybe that's all that you need. Not that you are feeling stressed and fatigued. That is the time you carry your bag. That is why you say you want to go to the markets. Eh? Is that wisdom? You are feeling fatigued. Say, if I don't do it, because there's nobody that will do it. That's not that's the lie of the enemy. You are tired, you are worn out, you are feeling stressed, you are feeling tired, you are feeling exhausted, you feel like some burning sensation or burning. That's the time you should shut down and listen. Get somebody, dedicate it to somebody. Get somebody to quickly do that for you while you take your time to rest. Somebody calling you lazy, let them call you lazy. People are free to talk and run their mouth. Just take that time, shut down, stretch your leg and listen to your body. It might just be 10 minutes and you will recover and then you can do other things. You might take a rest of 10 minutes and you might be able to catch and also go to and walk for another 3 hours. Yes, it's possible. So please let's pay attention to this. Stop the fear. Don't be afraid. Understand what's going on and then take action. Self-care is not selfish. Self-care is not selfish. It is pure obedience. It is pure obedience, okay? And you must not feel guilty about that. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. Remember, your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit and is the temple of God where God dwells. And you must constantly honor honor that God, honor the presence of God in your body, honor the presence of God in your life. Don't just carry on as if you just own yourself. Make sure, understand that point, that principle about your body, and take a break and take rest when you need to take rest. When you need to sleep, sleep. When you need to rest, rest. When you need to read, read. When your body needs to shut down, please shut down for that period, and then you resume back again. In conclusion, when you understand your body, you stop abusing it. Yes. You stop neglecting it, and then you stop comparing it. So from today, you must begin to what? To understand your body so that you stop abusing it, so that you stop neglecting it, so that you stop comparing it. And then from today, you start to take responsibility for your body. And I pray that your health will gain strength. Your body will gain that vitality that you dream of. This year, you will walk in freedom from sickness, from affliction. And then you will give testimony over your health. As many women has given testimony over their health just by applying simple principles that God has inspired us to share. And I look forward to your testimony. God bless you. Today's topic is about body awareness and taking personal responsibilities. I've noticed that we are people, I know there are different people listening to me right now, but for us, where I come from, in Africa particularly, we like to shift responsibilities a lot. We like to blame other things, circumstances, and things around us. Blame our leaders, blame our parents, blame everyone, blame our spouses, blame our children, that they are the cause of our predicament and the likes like that. But it's time for us to begin to take responsibilities as women. That will be a game changer in our health. I tell you, we must begin to look at things in different ways and different perspectives. And I want us to begin to look inward, personally look inward, and say this to ourselves all the time, that I need to take responsibility of my health. No one is going to take the responsibility for you. I'm telling you, your doctor is there to guide you. Anytime you go to see your doctor, a physician, a GP, you will be asked questions. Your doctor will not start treatment without asking you questions. They will interview you. They will do because they want to clock. They want to do their own clocking. The clocking means that they want to get information. They want to know your health history. Where are you coming from? They want to know a lot about you so that they can know where they're starting treatment, where treatment from. No one will jump on you and start giving you treatment without you saying something. So it means that your health, it's in your hands. It starts from you. You are the one that know how your body feels. You are the one that know what is wrong with your body, how you're feeling. The doctor says to you, "Good afternoon, madam. How may I help you? How may I help you? What, why are you here?" And you start the conversation. You start telling them. As you're talking, your doctor will begin to clock. Your doctor will begin to make notes. So that means that you have a whole lot. You have so much when it comes to, you have so much to say. So much to say when it comes to your health. How do you have so much to say? Because you are the one carrying that body. The body is right inside of you. You are the one carrying it. So your doctor is not going to be telling you how you're feeling. So it's based on what you tell the doctor. I said, okay, ma, this is the issue. And they said, and the doctor will not confirm anything. And they said, okay, I will send you to the lab to run this test to confirm what I am thinking based on what you have said to me. That is how the doctor is going to start with you. Even when you come to me, I'm going to ask you questions. That's why I say to people, we do not diagnose. I do not take any diagnosis recommendation, or I do not diagnose anyone or begin to say anything or give recommendations or give you remedies because I don't know your health history. I don't know where you're coming from. I need to know a lot about you. I need you to talk to me where you are coming from. It is from that I will begin to say, oh, let's look towards this, let's do this. So that is what I'm saying about taking responsibility. I'm hoping that we get this right this year. Once you start on this note, then you are going to ride very smoothly with your health. Stop opting for pills when you are having symptoms. Stop opting for pills when you are having symptoms. Because before you take those pills, sit down and and um begin to do a journal. Begin to enumerate in your mind mentally. And that's why we are believers. That's why we are children of God. That's why we are created the way we are created. We can actually make up some, we can actually, God can give us some inspiration in a short time. And once you do that, you'll be able to get understanding of exactly what's going on now. I'm just feeling like this and like that. Let me take sure. And immediately you might get, I've not slept, I've not eaten, I've not taken water, I've not gone to restroom, certain things. Well, when you do that, those things, you see that you feel. Sometimes you may need to go and check your blood pressure. Sometimes you may need to go and check your blood sugar. Sometimes you may need to go and do certain things. Check your blood sugar, check your blood pressure. Even me that I don't have excessive blood pressure. I don't have abnormal blood pressure. I have a normal blood pressure to the glory of God. When I feel certain weight, I come up, I do my check my blood pressure. I check my pulse. Yes, I check my pulse, I check my blood pressure, I check my sugar. I say everything is fine. All that you need to do might just be water, might just be rest, might just be something. You see, especially when you're getting to the age of, your moons, my one just was be deceiving you. So you need to just check all those things. I know that you are right. You are good to go. And that way you're not deceiving yourself. So you must make sure that pills is not the first thing that you begin to take, and stop packing paracetamol and acetaminophen and NSAID. Stop packing them in your bags and like quick emergency when things happen to you. Let us stop doing this. Let's stop doing it. And then stop indulging in antibiotics. A lot of us just reach out for antibiotics like that. Antibiotics are not supposed to be taken on the counter. You are meant to be say prescribed medication. Anything, just say you start taking antibiotics. Anything, you go and take antibiotics. Antibiotics are sent some people to the early grave. Please, let's stop doing this. Let us stop doing this. It is very important. These are fundamental things to our health. These are simple things that we need to pay attention to that gives us vibrant health. Please stop taking self-medication and taking antibiotics, and then it distorts your microbiome, it distorts your digestive system completely. It just alters them completely. If you need to take antibiotics, please get to talk to your doctor or your medical practitioner or your healthcare provider about your situation, so that it can be given you good recommendations. And of course, there are other natural things you can do to beat that issue that is happening to you.